Dream big. Sorry. Okay. I dream big, right? Every weekend, I take care of a pet elephant in Manila. I could not bring it home, so I have to go there. Okay? And on ordinary days, I'm an advertising photographer. I create images that help sales to my client. Cars, food, beverage, architectures, and area. But I'm not here today as an advertising photographer, but as a volunteer photographer with big dreams not for me, but for others, especially the special children and people with disability. I'm going to talk about photography with a difference. It started 2008 when I was doing a location shoot for an upcoming assignment, and I need a dinghy. I went to Manila Bay and was taking picture when a lady came in and I inquired why I'm shooting this dinghy. This dinghy happens to own by her son. Her son has some autism. So she came and talked to me, and she shared with me the ups and downs of raising a special child. So I could see in her face there were the challenges there. So just to cheer her up, I invited them to visit my pet elephant, hoping that if I can capture, as a photographer, if I can capture these bonding moments between the son and the mother, I could give it to them, and hopefully during tough times they would remember the happiness that they've done, the experience together. That afternoon, the father called up and said, "Mr. Chua, thank you very much for all these photos. What can I do for my son?" I said, "Why don't you buy him a camera?" True enough, 3 days later, the mother called up and said, "Ian has a camera. Can we go back to Manila Zoo?" And we did. With the camera, I just give basic instructions like how to hold the camera, press the shutter, and see the images in the LCD. At one time, when the mother asked Ian, "Can you take a picture of me?" So Ian took his camera and pressed the shutter. But I was a bit suspicious because the angle is a little too low. So I checked on the LCD, and this was his shot. He was more interested in the turtle than her mother. Don't laugh too much, because Ian is here with us, and the mother too. Right then, I figured children with autism have their own world. What if, through photography, they're able to see how they look at the world, and for us, the ordinary people, can look at what they shoot, and maybe we can understand it better. That was the first thing that came into my mind. So we went around inside Manila Zoo, and I began to also notice that the mother and the kid were bonding. They were enjoying the moment. For instance, like here, it's a simple shot. These are all taken by Ian, who has no background on photography. Okay? So, he lives in a yacht. Okay? And for 360 days, there's always sunrise and sunset. So he had tons of pictures of things that's around his area. Okay? So we gathered all these pictures, and then when the World Autism Day was on the first celebration of World Autism Day, I asked the editor, I said, I have a photographer here. I have a special child here who can shoot. And the editor said he was interested, and he sends a writer. And these are the shots taken, and he interviewed Ian. And they're curious about this picture. He said, this is beautiful, but how can I be sure that it was taken by Ian? I said, take a look at the bottom. That's his toes, right? There's no doubt that, he was taking it like this, right? On Sunday, as everybody's photographer's dream, to have their photos on the front page of the Inquirer, Ian beat us first, right? And with the story, beauty in the eyes of an autistic youth, using a Canon PowerShot 5680. That's the best ad that would ever come out for Canon, right? And the Canon president, Mr. Chua, is here. And you know what happened? The mother was so excited when he saw this. Yeah! And she went all to the areas and bought every Inquirer inside. Right? I guess the circulation that day rose to 50%. And then she handed it, parang usually dealer, she handed it to every yacht owner in Manila Yacht Club, to the guard, So it has changed his life. The people who read his condition become friendlier. They began to understand him. And for Ian, it also has changed his life because he found a way to express himself. And also, for the mother, she has to learn photography too. So she took up photography and got a Canon, what's that? G9. So it's their Canon family, right? And you know what? This is her favorite shot of the sun. Right. So, after the Ian's article on the Inquirer, a lot of letters were sent to the editor, and some were addressed to me. The first to respond was Miss Linda Choi from PADIC, Parents Advocate for Visually Impaired Children. They say, can you help us, Mr. Chua? Because we would like to take pictures of our children, but we noticed that our children, blind children, has this tendency to stoop down and could not have a proper shots. So I figured, bring me your kids, bring me your family and their families. Since we have no budget, we'll do it in Manila Zoo because they think I'm the zoo director. So we have, because taking care of the elephant has its benefits, right? So I brought them in for free. We had potluck. Then I figured, with my experience with changing the life of one person, Ian, what if we have more photographers getting involved, giving them the same opportunity? So I tapped one of the forum, Pinoy Photography Forum, and I asked for volunteers. 12 of them came. So this is our first workshop right after Ian. And they took their pictures. These are the pictures of the blind children. They are not professionals, mind you. These are volunteer photographers, but they are not professionals. So when they heard, and that was featured, in fact there's one article that says, why is it possible to bring 18 blind children to the zoo? Right? And this is what happened. So we had this, and then we had a couple of exhibits. Ian has 2 photo exhibits. Then we had an exhibit at SM Mall at the block. And the SM Care said, this is a nice project. Can you do it outside of Metro Manila? We will just provide you the exhibit venue. The first to answer was Davao. ASP Davao Chapter, Autism Society of the Philippines, Davao Chapter said, Mr. Chua, we would like you to give us a workshop similar to what you did for Ian. I said, we have no budget, but we will try. So what we did through internet and the FIPO forum, are there any Davao-based photographers that can help me? 22 of them responded. And from there, we used the exhibit venue as a leverage, and we got free admission to Eden's resort. Plus, Shakey's came in to help us with the food, with the meals. And of course, Canon Regional Office Davao came in with the prints and the cameras. We used point-and-shoot cameras and lent it to the kids. Okay. So after that, when it was featured, the workshops starts to snowball. We have workshop in Iligan, in Cebu, in Baguio, Cavite, and in Laguna. In 2010, we formally put a name to our advocacy. We call it Photography with a Difference, an acronym for Person with a Disability. This logo was given to us by Miss Grace Alvarez, who believes in our advocacy. And we formalized our sponsorship with Canon and SM Cares. And we use Facebook for the first time. We use Facebook as our medium. Canon and SM said, we don't want just to be sponsors. We want to be partners. So we had our first PWD workshop, which is the visually impaired. Again, with the help of Miss Linda Choi, 200 participants came. Of course, again, Manila Zoo. Okay. But this time we have the officials of Canon, officials of SM, who came in to participate. And all this, we form and organize this through Facebook. We got volunteers, people we don't know. They just logged in and said, we want to help. We want to spend one day with the children. So we did. Our motto in PWD is to dream big. And this is true when we started this dream flight. You know what happened? One day, when Kite Foundation, Children with Cancer, came to my studio and said, Mr. Chua, can you help us with the PWD workshop? We would like to have our children go to a farm and milk the cow. I said, what? Milk the cow? I think the parents would love to milk the cow, but I don't think the kids would like to milk the cow. I said, sir, but we have no budget. No budget, that's good. Because if you have no budget, then the sky is the limit. Right? So I said, what do you think the kids would love to do? Sir, they would like to fly. Oh, that's easy. So we will name this as Dream Flight. We have our core group led by Sarita and Pet and PJ. And they said, we will do this for the children. So we thought it was easy. All you do is just give a call to a commercial airline, and probably they will give the plane a flight, right? But it wasn't that easy because one, there's a law that limits the number of PWD in a flight, right? Two, that you cannot draw a plane from a scheduled flight, right? So that was scratched. So it stayed for about more than a month on the Facebook. We posted, can somebody help us make this dream come true for 32 children? One said, John, if you have the money, I have the plane. I answered back, Derek, I don't have the money, but watch us, we are going to get the plane. And true enough, 3 weeks later, somebody posted from the Philippine Navy. Okay, said, Mr. Chua, can you make your presentation in our headquarters at Rojas Boulevard. And we did. And they were convinced that our objective is clear and sincere. And he said, Mr. Chua, we have no budget. But every Thursday, we have a training flight. If you bring your children on Thursday, we can fly them for free. That was good enough. And more than enough. Because on that day, we had a brass band. We had a full Navy brass band. 2 busloads of children with their families and photographers. We have Navy personnel. Each one, they carried them and care for them as if they are their own children. They got a good ride on the fast patrol boat. All of them, right? And not all of everyone took the flight. And they did not only just fly, they taught them how to fly. And next day, we were in the front page, right? We had news coming in, right? And then just to put it farther, every workshop we have a photo exhibit. For this was special. We had it at SM Mega Mall. The most expensive area in SM, the atrium. And not only that, we have huge model planes hanging on the ceiling. We had a rock band, right? And no budget, remember, no budget. After 35 workshops, more than 1,000 photographers involved. We, as volunteer photographers, spend our time and talent to make a difference. These are photographers who take pictures, and I would like to show this picture. The pictures would tell if we have fulfilled of doing this for them. So these are shots taken by the volunteers with the kids. Our dreams, we move on. Maybe we hope that you would take time and join us. I have our core group members. Please stand. These are the PWD core group members. We are here. So we need to help out and chip in to make it happen. This is if you need to contact us, we're here. These are our contact numbers. And thank you very much.